Hey guys, what's up? It's your pal Dave back at Notes and Volts live from the lab. Once again, streaming away in the depths of my lab. So today, you know what? I'm not doing anything special. I'm going to continue working on the MIDI controller because when I thought I had it all done and completed, someone pointed out, hey, how do I set up a button as a toggle? So let's say you have a mixing console and you want to mute a channel or something, and you want to hit the button once to mute and hit the buttons once again to unmute. Well, right now when you hit the button, it acts like a keyboard piano key, right? So when you press it, it toggles the note on, and when you release it, it toggles it off. So what you want is when you press and release, the first time it will toggle whatever parameter you're trying to set on, and then when you press and release the second time, it will toggle it off. So that is a little different than the normal way a button works. So I'm going to see if I can do it, and I'm going to just wing it and program it live and see what happens. Might work, it might not, but we'll see. And, for those of you who've never watched someone programmed, if you find watching paint dry a little too stimulating, well, this will be the perfect stream for you. All right, so let's look at some stuff here. So let's get rid of this. And let's go to, don't look at that top window. That's my assembly bench, and it's an absolute mess right now. So I'm gonna get rid of that guy. See ya. You don't want to look at that. That's ugly. All right, so here's our program the way it was. And what I'm gonna do is just save it as a new copy so I don't mess it up. So I'll call it MIDI controller toggle. All right, so there's our new program. Now, there's a couple of ways I can approach this. So basically all the objects in here are, or all the buttons that I've done in this program are objects. So if you've ever had any experience with object-oriented programming, that's basically what we're doing. So I've created a button object that has a number of parameters built in. So pin number, that's the pin on the Arduino that it's hooked up to. Command, which is going to define how the button will react. Is it a MIDI note command or a MIDI CC command? So I'm actually going to use this and add a third command that will allow a toggle kind of command. And note number, of course, is the note number that this button will access, or it could be the CC number. Channel is the MIDI channel this button's going to live on, and debounce time is the amount of time that the program will wait to see if the button's actually bouncing or if it's truly being pressed. And I think what I need to do, this is my thinking, I think I need to add another variable to these objects, which is like a state variable, which would, when you press it the first time, it's going to set that variable to on, and then when you press it the second time, it will set that variable to off. So the button will know kind of what state it's in. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What do you think? No one cares. Just do it. All right, let's get on with it. So, now here's the funny thing about programming. Like, I just made this program not too long ago, but it's amazing how you forget what the hell you actually did. Let's see, let's turn this down a bit. Okay, so update button. So here's the message 1, message 2. So here's I set up a switch statement for the different command parameters. So parameter 0 is it treats it like a note. Parameter 1 treats it like a control change. So what could I use? Do I have to add a new? Okay, so let's add case 3. So there's 3 tabs here. This first tab is basically the main program. The second tab is where I program the objects for the button and pot. So technically you never have to touch these if you're actually just using the program. And the third is the header file, which basically defines the objects before they're made. Okay. So before we start, I like to work things out on paper first because it makes things a little easier for me. So, button class. So I'm going to add a variable called toggle. And it will be a byte. Because I really only need 2 states. I could do a Boolean variable, just true or false, but yeah, let's do a byte. So, toggle byte. 0 equals not on, or what's the opposite of not on? Off. Hey. And 1 would be the state is on. All right, so let's go back. So let's see, controller H, what do I gotta do? So there's mux button, byte pin, byte command, byte value, byte channel, byte debounce. So that's when you define a button. That's the parameters that have to be passed to it. And if you notice, I've got actually 2 button definitions here, and I'm actually it's called overloading this definition. So the mux, if there, this is complicated stuff, but if you're using a multiplexer instead of a directly connected button, you would use this definition, and the program is smart enough to know that which one you want to use. So you just pass the commands, and it should be smart enough to figure it out. All right, how are we doing here? So actually, I don't need to pass this variable. It can be a private variable within the thing. All right, so let's add a new variable. Called B toggle. I'll make it public because because I want to be able to access it from the other main program. Do I need it? Yeah, because I have to be able to read it, so I'll make it public. So a public variable means that outside of this class I could technically reach that variable, whereas a private variable in this column here I cannot. It's only usable by things within this class, so I gotta make it public. All right, so that's my toggle variable. So I'll go to controller button. So I will call this toggle equals 0. So we're going to assume it's not pressed when we initialize it. And I'll do it for the mux button. Oops, what are you doing? B toggle equals 0. So in either case, so if it's like one type of button, it's gonna use these variables. If it's a multiplexer connected button, it will use these variables. All right, so now I'm gonna do a verify just to see if this broke anything. No, it didn't. It's fine. Okay, so now we can go back to our main program. Okay, button definition, I don't have to do anything there. So all the magic, if you will happen in the update buttons function. So basically whenever a button is pressed, this function is called, and this is what kind of figures out what the button is doing. Okay. So I've got a switch, so I was somewhat, smart enough to figure out I may want to add more functions to these things. So I made a switch statement so I could easily do that. So we're going to make a case 3. All right, case 3, let's verify that. Did it break anything? No. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's only going to be control changes people are going to want to set. So all right, so what I gotta do is I have to test the button, that toggle variable, when it comes in. And there's no case 3. Okay, so if okay, so /i. So all the buttons are basically in this array. So what this does, it actually scrolls through all the buttons, tests each one. So if buttons 1, and this little arrow thing basically equals 1. Oh, what did I do? So what I'm doing now is first I'm testing if the button toggle equals 1, which means no, so if it equals 0, because I want to test if it's off. You can see like the friggin' mental gymnastics you got to go through to do this stuff. Now let's encapsulate this. Okay, so if the buttons is 0, which means it's off, I want to MIDI control change buttons to that, right? Right. That's what I'm thinking. And let's duplicate this. If it equals 1, so that means it's on. I want to send a value of 0. Okay, so let's verify. Did I break anything? Nope, so far so good. So, if I define the command number as 3, if buttons, so if it's off, set it to on. And oh, I gotta toggle that variable. Okay, so that's what I gotta do. Buttons I toggle equals 1. All right, so basically, you know, so it comes in, it's not set, then put out the CC command, and then toggle it on. All right, so next time through it will be on. So let's do, oh, okay, because it's not, oh, I get it. So basically, it's basically setting that thing to 1. And then it's initializing this. All right, so I have to actually set the button toggle thing outside of this loop. because it's basically set it to 1 and then immediately going through this second if statement, which is true because I just set this thing to 1, so I got to not do that. Maybe I should wait, let me. Let's do an else if. How do you do that? So maybe that will, let's try it. There you go, that works. Yeah. Oh my God, that was surprisingly easy. Look at that. Unbelievable. On, set it off. Off, it's on, it's off, it's off. That's quite amazing. I'm just very impressed with myself at this moment. All right, cool, good. Nice. So what I have to do is I have to copy this. Let's make a little comment, so note. CC note that's CC, and that's toggle. All right. Pretty cool, I think. Nice. Now what about multiplex buttons? So this part here does basically the same junk, but if buttons hooked through a multiplexer, which if you don't know, it's basically one of these guys which adds a bunch of inputs to a single pin on the Arduino. Oh, so I should be able to just copy it over. Yeah, let's just copy that over. Can I? Can I copy it? Will it do anything wrong? No, I think I can. Let's be bold Button is pressed, button is not pressed. So case 1, case 2. That will go right in here. And let's do auto format to make it look real nice and party. Let's do that. So this is a note. This is CC and a toggle. Fun, great. Verify, did I mess anything up? No. Okay, so buttons hooked to multiplexer as that's a 1 and that's a 2. So 3 types. So upload. If this works, I'll be quite amazed with myself. All right, let's note. Oh my God, it actually works. Yeah, you guys can't see. And there we go. On, off, on, off. So basically I hit it once, it toggles it on. Hit it again, it toggles it off. Whereas a normal CC, when I press and release, it does on and off. Wow. Hey there, electrical tamer. Thanks for following, man. Good to have you. All right, so that actually is working, surprisingly. You know, it's amazing, like, when things actually just work. It's astonishing sometimes. All right, that's pretty cool. So I want to make sure I save that guy. And I'm going to save it as, oh, that's all right, I already saved it properly. Let's do some comments. Comments are fun. I love comments. Okay, so command parameter, direct connect buttons, 1 CC. And now we got a new command, 2 equals toggle CC command. Does that kind of make sense? Is that really ugly to read? Yeah, we got a little space in there. All right, there you go. Let's verify that. Let's just upload it. What the hell? Who cares? And does this work? Yes. Yes, it does. Note CC and toggle CC. Note CC and toggle CC. And let's move this over here. And you actually see me doing the controls here. So this is a regular note, right? This is a CC on, off, and this is toggle on, off. On, off, and that be through the multiplexer. Now these three are directly connected to the Arduino board. The first one is note, right? CC on off, normal, and toggle, toggle. And of course all these guys work as they normally should. Wow, pretty cool. I thought this would take way longer. Yeah. So that's pretty neat. Hey, you know, what can I say? My work is done. So now I can put this up and hopefully people will appreciate it and not ask me for anything else, because I'm tired of working on this thing. To be frankly honest, I want to do new stuff. I want to spread my wings and fly and leave this behind. All right, well, that's it. I've done my job. What else am I going to do? So why don't I call this? I'm going to pull a pin on this one. So Electrical Tamer, thank you for following. You know, this is kind of what I do. I program stuff. I have a blog and YouTube channel, notesandvolts.com, up in the corner here. And check it out, follow. And we'll do some more stuff. All right, so until next time, I'll see you guys later.